What's up, everybody? Here, welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into House episode number 12 of season number 1 called Sports Medicine. So I'm expecting some sort of ligaments or something to tear in this episode. So that's going to be very unpleasant. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for the full reaction. Of course, if you want it, if you don't, totally cool. Episodes here whenever they show up. Last episode was Detox, which I thought was the best episode of the entire 10 that we've seen. I thought it handled the characters well, did things that I very much enjoyed when it came to pushing the narrative and the story and kind of introducing us to House's addiction in full, his mindset on the addiction, how he essentially sees it. He knows it's an addiction, but he's pretty much okay with it because he can still do his job. Other than that, let's see. Got to know a little bit. We saw kind of like the team kind of going against House because of his addiction. I thought the case itself was interesting. So, yeah, but that's where we're at. We're going to hop in here, have a good time, like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. That was episode number 12, Sports Medicine. An okay episode, a 7-ish, I would say, about. Thought it was pretty all right. There were several interesting things that I think pushed the characters. Found out House used to live with somebody. We found out that Wilson, I think, is going to dinner with that person that used to be the House used to live with. So that's an ex. Wilson isn't cheating, but he is going on a dinner date. House believes Cameron is his second best friend behind Wilson. Foreman is sleeping with that pharmaceutical rep, but she did ask about House. But then when Foreman brought it up, he said, no, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about work. It makes me think that maybe she isn't trying to get to House and, sell stuff to House. Other than that, we really push anything. The case itself was fine. This one was a bit more confusing for me to follow than the other ones. I mean, there was a lot of jumping around, and usually that does happen, but I feel like this one did it a lot. First it started with the arm thing, and the guy couldn't breathe, and then it kind of went into other things, and then the kidneys were failing, and I'm like, oh shit, everything. After that, was there much after that? There was. I'll really break it down here, but I don't think there was much after that. We found out Foreman's a bad liar, I guess. But let's break it down. We start up at the beginning. We got Bryan Singer here. Surprisingly, they didn't put him to direct the episode, but he's doing a commercial. This girl looked familiar, but I couldn't tell from what. I thought she might have been the girl from Grey's Anatomy. So the dude tears is something really, really bad. We get in, we find out, Wilson House is doing these calls, which sounds shady as fuck. And the whole episode, you're like, oh my god, is it drugs? Is it drugs? We find out once House finds out that it's a baseball player, he takes the case. We see that Foreman is sleeping with that one woman. He lies about getting here. A very shitty lie. Like, you could have just said, I slept in if you're only a few minutes late. But, he decided to say something else. Other than that, we do the P test. He doesn't want to get tested. We don't test for weed. We test for other things, and therefore we don't catch it right on early. I like this part here where House is trying to get out, and then Cuddy says, no, you have to take all these cases. He nails all 3 of the cases right away. Find out that when they tested him, they couldn't find steroids. They don't know what it is. House does the thing, and then he finds out, oh, it's small testicles. We then get Cuddy scolding House. Trouble breathing. Foreman is late again. Then get the pitching coach. So why did he try to kill himself? Because he tore something and he couldn't live with that? Like, why did he try to kill himself? I don't think we ever got. I don't know what the answer was. I might have missed it. But he tried to kill himself at one point. Wife wants to give the kidneys. House says okay, whatever, and then when they test her, they find out she's pregnant. These guys are making fun of House about what exactly he's needs $1,000 for. It turns out he needs them for Monster Jam. He has Monster Jam tickets, which he was super excited about it. He wanted to go with Wilson, but then Wilson says he can't. He has to do this reading or this seminar thing. Found out their wife is pregnant, so therefore she can't give the kidney. So it's a bit of a dilemma there. We then get House asking Cameron if she wants to go to the monster truck thing. Honestly, because he has nobody else to go with. We then get Cameron saying, oh yeah, I don't have to go to the seminar thing because Wilson canceled 2 weeks ago. Which, Wilson lied. What's the mystery there? We then get the guy hallucinating about the day when his pitching coach gave him some pills. We then get trying to figure out what the symptoms are. Austin figures out that the guy tried to kill himself when he goes over here and he finds out that this guy's pills are gone. I don't quite know why he tried to kill himself. I didn't catch that, so I might have missed that. So in the comments, if you guys could let me know. We then have the guy saying that he doesn't want his wife to get an abortion. That he wants a little kid of his. They've been trying for a long time to get a kid, and they can't have one. He pulls House. Ultimately, the pee spills on House's pants leg, and then we then get the whole, you lied to me. Why are you lying to me? What's going on? He says, oh, I'm meeting with so-and-so. So-and-so is the girl, I'm guessing, that used to live with House. Then she House's ex-girlfriend. Serious with. We then find, House saying that he's not going to take the kidney. And even if you get an abortion, he's not going to take the kidney. And bam, she starts crying. And House is like, are you being nice because of the smell? And she's like, oh, does it smell anything? We then get the pharmaceutical rep buying dinner and trying to be extra nice. House figures out that it's Foreman that's sleeping with her. Puts this little nugget of information that makes it seem like she might be sleeping with Foreman to get to House. And then we figured out what it was. The guy was smoking weed, and there was something in the soil where the weed was being grown. And ultimately, House saves the guy's career by not saying what exactly he's being treated for. And then there's this interesting monster truck thing, which is very interesting. It's a date. I would have loved to have seen more of this. Would have been interesting. But that's my reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for the full reaction. Uncut episodes over if you want them. If you don't, totally cool. Episodes here whenever they show up. But I'm gonna get out of here and I'll talk to you guys later.